What's up, Paul?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Just getting it all put together here.
What's up, Edward? And the heart's gone. Yeah, so the $1 million question this morning, did you hear anything back?
No, well, Lynn called me late last night. There was a man in the water down there, and they were trying to rescue him. He'd gone out there on the ice.
What for? Do they know or what?
No, I didn't get the details.
Uh,
He might have been they somebody reported that it was a homeless guy and saw all the boats and stuff out there floating, and he was trying to get them.
oh, Jesus. Ain't good.
Not good at all. Good morning, Ed Hessick. How you doing? Ed's first.
Somebody must have saw him walk out there then if he was homeless.
Or I was calling for help because the river there is only about 100 yards wide. So who knows? I didn't. Lynn admonished me. You keep your ass in the house. Don't you be going down there.
What's up, Mark?
Okay, Lynn. I was trying to figure out if I could spot my drone with binoculars. I got a good set of marine binoculars that got wide angle, and what it'd be nice to do would be get up on the freeway overpass, just 2 lanes and plus a half a lane on the right. Get up there
I'm a,
maybe and
I'm a,
see if I couldn't hook it.
I'm almost gonna pretty positive though. They probably already cleared all that where it was at, right?
No, they didn't. In fact, the LNR, which is the tugboat,
Uh-huh.
just called in. He's headed back up the Black River again. So he went home last night when it started to get dark.
Uh-huh.
Um, they don't have any cameras down there to where I can look at it.
The only other thing you got is the Altel, but I'm not gonna tell you to go down there and put that up after
Well, the
yesterday's
problem
debacle.
is, if I put the Autel up, yeah, I probably could spot it. But then what do I do? I mean, it's so light. I mean, I could probably put a fishing line on it, but how would you hook it? And then to try and drag it because it's not going to be able to lift it. I'm sure.
Oh, no, no, no. I'm not saying to lift it just to see if it's still there. Yeah, that Alltel's not going to be able to lift that Air 2S. It's way too small. You need something that's either the same size or bigger.
A Phantom or an Inspire or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I thought is if I got in the overpass, which is up over top, let me see if I can pull up an aerial picture. What do you call the global maps aerial?
Google Earth.
Google Earth.
Yeah, Lance, he hit a cable yesterday down there looking at the ice blockage up at the Black River, and it hit a cable and landed on some ice out in the middle of the river. So it landed upside down after it hit the cable. It landed upside down on an ice sheet, grouping of ice. But the one upside is Russell is sending Paul a brand new Mavic 3 Pro, so it'll be there Wednesday. Sending it out Monday morning, so or Monday afternoon.
Okay, I found something I can share with you. You see that?
No, it's out in the middle of the river, Lance. I don't think Paul should go out there. It's pretty bad. It's all blocked up with ice and stuff.
It's all jagged ice. This is the Google
Yeah.
map showing the location. There's the Black
The-
River. I was
yeah.
flying from about here, and it hit I don't think you can see the wires. No. Oh yeah, maybe you can. Maybe that's what these lines are.
Oh yeah, I see. It looks like maybe some
And
cables, yeah.
it went right in about here.
Yeah, it's not safe to walk out there. Like if it was just a solid sheet and it was
If it
really
was
thick
solid
and
ice, that would be one thing, but it's all jagged. Because the warm weather broke all the ice up upriver. Now it's backed up because of
yeah,
just
it's not live. He's just showing us the location about where it landed, Mark.
yeah, this is Google Earth.
It was the Air 2S, Lance.
My Air 2S, my baby. And before that, what I had done was I had gone down the river down here and I was taking video of this area here, and this is where that ice breaking tug made it up to about here.
Yeah, so he didn't make it even close to that then.
No, because he's got to go around this bend, around, and this is a railroad bridge here that's up in the air.
Is that one even used anymore?
No, well, yes, on occasion, great occasion. Because this was down here. Let me show you. This is all paper plants, and they're closed.
Okay. That sucks.
But see, this is the break point right here.
Yeah,
See,
but even it where you said it landed though, that's nowhere near the edge of that bridge, so you wouldn't be able to hook shit. I mean, you're talking probably 30, 40 yards from the edge of that bridge.
yeah, it went in. It went in. I could see it from here, about here.
Yeah, there's no even being up on the bridge wouldn't help you. That's way too far out. If it was like right directly under the bridge, like right at the edge, then that's one thing you could easily.
Because
It wouldn't be too hard to hook it.
when it was laying on top of all different ice that was on top of each other. I mean, it was like, the ice was stacked up on top of each other, different pieces of it, about
Right.
3.5, 4 feet maybe. And over here, there was a kayak upside down. Over here was somebody's floating dock. Up underneath the bridge here, supposedly there was a jet ski up under here.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of the jet ski. Lynn sent me a picture of it.
Yeah.
Also, it was sticking out, and she said it was a snowmobile. I don't. I was either one, but all that was sticking out was the handlebars. That's all you
Yeah.
could see of it.
But see, these wires, I must have hit this wire and it fell down into about here.
What were those cables for? Were they power
They're, elec
lines?
they're electrical cables and you can't see them.
I see the power poles, but yeah, you really can't make them out. I think that's just lines in the water. It's hard to tell.
Could be.
But, yeah, I
Oh,
see the
see, here it
poles
is.
there. Yeah. Power pole, man, those power lines come out of nowhere sometimes.
Yep. Oh yeah, because I was watching the screen. All of a sudden it just flippity floppity flippity, and it was transmitting video back to me.
You said when it hit the ice, so it went black, right? The picture.
Yeah, the picture did. It was still linked because the lights were flashing and all that stuff, and
I think the camera broke when it hit.
could
That's
be.
probably why the picture shut off. Yeah, definitely, Edward. Too dangerous to be walking out there.
Well, yeah, they got a call last night. Late last night, Lynn called me, Edward. The quote on the call was a homeless person was down there out on the ice and he was trapped, and so they were trying to rescue him. Yeah, Lance, it was my favorite drone, my Air 2S, the one I use out all the time.
But you got a hold of the tug that's going up there, right? You actually spoke to them, or
Well, I talked to a couple of different tug people, and they were trying to get a hold of the guy, and he wasn't taking their phone calls. I have a marine radio. If I went down there, I could talk to him. Have him switch over to another channel and talk to him.
you allowed to do that?
Huh?
You allowed to do that? Can you talk to the boats legally?
Technically,
No.
I would have to pretend like I was like on another boat.
Uh,
But you can talk boat to boat. That's why you've got all the different channels on the radio. You'd contact them on channel 11, which marine traffic monitors, and then you say LNR switch to channel 10 or channel 9, whatever you want to, and it's just a digital keypad on the radio. And
just
then
throw a paddleboard in the water and call yourself SS whatever.
yeah,
This is an SS paddleboard. I lost my drone. I need help.
or just this is sky high. How do you read?
What's up, Russell?
And you
What's
can
up,
talk.
David?
You can talk directly to them.
What's up, David?
David's in the hospital. Sorry to
Oh,
hear
he's getting an
David.
emergency operation. Is it like a bad operation, Dave, or just like a minor one, or what?
East
Dusty,
Coast
what's up?
Thrills, how you doing?
Yeah, Russell's in the chat.
But yeah, see, I've got these binoculars that are marine binoculars.
What's up, Dan, Joel?
That allows you to get a wide angle view.
Thought I heard the doorbell. What's up, Jonathan?
And then here's my marine
Yeah.
radio. It allows me to transmit, talk, and whatever. But see, channel 11 is what the marine traffic is on. And you can call it because they monitor 11. You can call any one of them if you know the name of the vessel, and they'll respond and answer you. Say, this is Skyfly. Switch and answer on channel 9.
Well, technically, Dusty, he could go down there with his Altel and look around. He just needs to be really vigilant after what happened yesterday. Because he said the icebreakers didn't make it up to where it landed on. But that's not to say the ice hasn't shifted around either.
Yeah, exactly. Because
So-
it's still piling up on the far end. We're under a marine flood advisory, so. And my concern is this, is if I can't recover it without killing myself, I lose the SD card of everything I shot, besides the drone. And the battery that's in it is a brand new battery. It's probably dead. And I'm sure that the little strobes that I put on there, they're dead. But
It's an operation with lots of risks, so waiting for the doctors to decide. Yeah, I might do a gaming live later, since Laura's not going to be on. Pay someone to walk out there and find a stupid kid. Oh, God.
so anyway, that's the deal. And then my special benefactor is sending me another drone, but it's what is it, Justin?
Mini 3 Pro.
Mini 3 Pro. Okay.
That's from Russell. Russell sending it to you.
Yep. Russell's sending that. He's got it all boxed up, labeled up, and ready to ship on.
I don't even think he ever even opened that one, from what I remember correctly. It
Yeah, I
was
think
brand new.
It's brand new, yeah.
Because I think I remember him saying he had two of them, and one of them he never opened, or he had two that were unopened. At one point, I think. There's quite a few guys I know in the drone community that bought drones and never opened them. Held on to them for a year or two and never even opened the damn things. Mike B had a couple drones. The Drone Ranger, he had a couple drones that he never opened up that were brand new, and they were older ones that were like 4 or 5 years old. Never even opened the box, still sealed. Uh, David's got quite a few drones that are unopened.
Yeah.
That's
But see, if I still had my Inspire, that is capable. I could put a small cable on it with one of those those pronged fishing hooks, the big ones. And I could put the camera straight down and hover over it and hook it and pick it up, I think.
oh yeah, an Inspire would pick that thing up no problem. It's just a matter of hooking it.
Yep.
But I
But
remember when
the danger is you don't want to hook on something you can't unhook from. You know what I mean?
I remember when my sister's friend lost a drone up on this like 3-story apartment building roof. And she calls me, she goes, "Hey, would you mind bringing," she goes, "Do you have a big enough drone to get this drone down?" And I said, "Well, what kind is it?" Because at the time I only had my Air 2 and a Mini 1. And she sends me a picture of it. It's like this, it's about the size, a little bit bigger than the Mini 1, but it's like some cheapy, like $20 drone off of like Wish or something. And I told her, I said, I am not risking my $900 drone to get that freaking drone off of the roof. Sorry, not happening. I was like, that thing can stay the fuck up there. Like, you'd spend another $20 and just go get another drone. I'm not risking that. Because if you guys don't have the money to pay for my drone if it wrecks, I'm not doing it.
Well, that's the thing. I'd feel pretty stupid if I went down there and I didn't have a powerful enough drone to lose a second one just to rescue this one.
I told her, I said, I felt bad for, I said, I feel bad for the kid, but I'm not risking my drone getting that down.
See, I don't know anything about this Mini 2 he's sending me. Is it a Mini 2?
Mini 3.
Mini 3. Because
I thought
now they've got, don't they have a Mini 4 out now?
Yeah, I'm almost positive. Didn't you buy the Mini 3 when it came out and you had it
Yeah.
for,
And I got rid of it because
you
I
would
was
never fly?
I was having wind issues.
No. The reason you were flying it was because The reason you weren't flying, I remember it wasn't wind issues. It was because you were flying the Air 2S because you obviously enjoyed that drone and you were using the Altel at night. You didn't have a use for it. You sold it to David.
Yeah.
AZ Drone did. I don't think it was wind issues. I think it was just because you weren't using it.
Well, no, there was some wind issues with them. It's just like the same with the Autel. They just don't have the steam of the power, you know? Um,
I don't think they have that issue anymore though.
okay, because the problem
It's-
I had is like when I do my ships and I go out, around, and then down the river, and as you get close to where the bridge is the narrowest, the wind there is pretty heavy. I could hardly get top speed to get around it, and then get out in front. And if there was a south wind, getting around it, sometimes I had to go up and over it. You know.
Oh, an Evo 2 would definitely pick it up, Mark. I'm pretty sure an Evo 2 could do it.
Oh yeah, yep.
Those things got quite a bit of power.
It's just
The
that
Evo 2s aren't no slouches.
I could never expect anybody to put their drone in jeopardy to get this drone, because I can replace it for about $500.
Well, see, this is the way I would look at it from my point of view. If I was looking at getting the drone back, it'd be like, can I replace the other person's drone if it wrecks? Well, then if that's the case and it's not no big deal, then why even worry about the drone in the fucking water anyway? I'd just buy another one. No, I'd say it's about 50, 60 yards out from the bridge. It looked like Dusty from where he was showing. I think it's way too far out for him to do it. I mean, I guess you could with a pole, but you'd have to have some good aim.
Yeah, here's the picture where it is. This is the bridge right here where all the ice and all the stuff is packing up under here. This is the crunch point because there's supports go all the way across. And so the actual open area is there to there. And I was flying from over here, and I did fine. I went way down the river and got a lot of good shots downriver down here. The LNR was coming up through here, breaking up ice, and as far as it got yesterday, it was this area here because it was breaking up ice so that it would go out through town. Okay. So I flew all the way down to here and was getting pictures of the LNR breaking ice here. And then I flew back. And over here, there's a kayak floating in the water here. There's some boat docks, floating boat docks in the water in the middle of the ice. And somebody said, what did you say, Justin? It was a picture of, did you say it was a jet ski or
Lynn said it was a snowmobile.
snowmobile? Okay. Was jammed up underneath here. And I thought, well, maybe I could just go down here, park in the no parking area along the edge here. But
Like,
it's out here. These are the wires that are going across here that I hit. Because when I flew earlier, I was higher, but I got lower, wasn't thinking about the wires because I wanted to look underneath this end of the bridge to see if I could see that jet ski or snowmobile or whatever it was.
Paul, here, I'm going to put this in the private chat for you to. Hey, delete that, Russell. I got it. Write this number down that I put in the private chat.
Hang on.
That's your tracking number.
Tracking number? Okay. That's USPS or UPS?
UPS. Hey, man, come on. Oh, so I'll do it. Hold on. I don't know if Russell's still in the chat. Did he delete that? Okay. Yeah, he did. All right. Okay, he deleted it. I was gonna go into Sarah's account and just delete it real quick. Yeah, you
Well,
got to be careful sharing those numbers online because uh you can actually have packages redirected if you have that number.
yeah, it was so kind to him.
No, Mark, if I put that tracking number in, I can have it redirected to the UPS website. Like I could go there and say, I want this package actually delivered to this place, and they'll actually redirect it.
Change of address, yeah.
Yeah, you can do that on the site without any of personal information, as long as you have that number. UPS might be different over there, but over here you can definitely do that because I've done it plenty of times with packages of mine, and I didn't have to sign into the UPS website, nothing. I just went and put the tracking number and said, I'd rather have it delivered to the UPS store because I'm not going to be home that day. And they just, okay, goes in the system and done and done. Everybody needs to stop doxing themselves. But if David's going in for oh, okay, I was about to say David shouldn't be allowed to eat. I just went back up and read the rest of that message. Okay. No, Joel. It wasn't a battery fell. He hit a power line and then it fell and flipped upside down and landed on a sheet of ice in the middle of the river.
Chunks of ice, actually.
Yeah, Marie, I'm doing better. Sarah's doing a lot better too today. So hey Laura, if you want to be an ass, you can order a pizza and eat it in front of David. uh,
It won't let me track that. It hasn't been shipped yet, I don't think.
no. It says it's expecting, so he hasn't dropped it yet. He's gonna drop it off with them on Monday. So what he did was he already pre-printed the label and all that, so they already gave him a tracking number. It's just they haven't received the package yet.
Yeah.
So you won't need to check that till probably Monday evening. It'll probably be in their system around Monday evening, Monday afternoon time. Depending on what time he drops it off, it'll probably take a couple hours for it to pop in there.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just my nosy. I just feel like I should go down and look for that drone.
Maybe we should just all go over to the hospital and set up a buffet in front of David.
Lynn told me to keep my ass in the house.
Just have a potluck next to David's uh next to his bed in the hospital.
Did David say what was the matter? Or?
No, he just said an operation. He said it was kind of serious, I guess. He's waiting for the doctors to come in. He didn't say what it was though.
So it's not for a hangnail or anything.
Yeah, he didn't say what it was for though.
Marie says, yes, go look. I'm tempted.
Well, I mean, you like I said, you still have the Alltail. Just be very careful and be very mindful of those power cables. You'll need to
Well,
hit it, but
what's
you can go up right
gonna
there.
happen is it's not raining now, but we're supposed to get. Is it? Oh, it's a little bit of sprinkle right now. Real light misty rain. No, I don't want to fly the Autel in that. But I thought it'd be nice to go down and look and see if I could spot it with the binoculars.
I'm not entirely sure the Coast Guard would go out there for him.
No, and
You're talking.
even if I called the Marine Rescue, like in the sheriff department, they wouldn't go out there for a drone.
Well, you got to think too, when the Coast Guard gets dispatched to even the littlest issue, that's probably hundreds of thousands of dollars an hour for them to be out there. Yeah, they're not going to do that. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I just wouldn't think they would. Oh, David must be having a C-section. Okay, okay.
Having a what? He's having a C-section. What?
He's getting an epidural. He's got to have an injection in his spine. Well, that's what I'm saying, Dusty. Like for the Coast Guard to be out for anything, I said even if they respond to a minor issue, that's got to cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars an hour to be out there on the water for fuel costs and everything else.
Well, I was up at 2:30 this morning and I tried to figure out if there was any video on the smart controller and I couldn't find any. But in my mind, Justin, maybe you remember, my memory isn't so good. Do you remember when I lost the drone underneath the Blue Water Bridge?
Yeah.
I recovered that somehow and I didn't have the SD card or anything. I just was able to recover it.
Yeah, but you didn't actually get yeah, you got some of the video footage.
I got the video footage leading up to it. I didn't have the crash, but leading up to it.
What you need to do is when you get the Mini 3, have somebody show you how to do the screen record on it, and you should get in the habit of doing that every time. That way, if something like that happens again, you will have video of it. Either that or show if there's a way for you to do a simultaneous recording on the controller and the drone. You should have it set to do that. That way you always have a second recording.
Yeah.
'Cause I know Dre said you could screen record on there, but I think Corey said there's a way to set it to where it just auto records every time you put the drone in the air.
Yeah, and what happened is that um, controller ended up getting sent back to DJI to fix something that Dre took care of it. And I didn't check any settings after that. It just came back with regular factory settings. So I don't know whether before that somebody had it set for auto record.
Well, Marie said that they're there now breaking up the ice.
Yes, I know they are. Yep. Yep.
But that's why I said too, it's probably a good idea to get into a habit of everybody putting their phone numbers somewhere on their drone, whether it's inside the battery port or somewhere, like a little sticker. That way, if somebody does find it, they're more willing to call the phone number. They see
Oh,
that number on the side of the drone, your FAA number, they're not going to know what the hell that is if they don't know nothing about drones.
so it's just frustrating that I lost all that video. You know, it was like about 10 minutes worth of video.
It is what it is. I said you fly enough, or you're going to lose a drone at some point. Whether it was your fault or the drone's fault.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not the pilot's fault. Sometimes like Dre's, like his Phantom just flew the hell off. Sometimes it just does that.
Didn't AZ help me with some of this issues before? David
He did.
AZ?
He's helped you with a whole bunch of stuff.
I'm gonna call him real fast and see if he knows of any way to get that.
Well, I would wait till you get the drone.
No, but I mean
Oh, yeah.
off the controller.
Remember, it's 3 hours difference. You might not be up yet.
Yeah, it's 6:40. You're right. I hung up. Well, David, I'm sorry to hear you're in a lot of pain. Nobody wants to see you suffer. Well, maybe Laura, but yeah.
Are they at least giving you any good pain meds? Assuming they are.
Yeah, I would imagine they got him spooked up pretty good, wouldn't they?
I don't know, dude. They gave me 2 shot when I had that kidney stone coming through. Oh my God, dude. They gave me 2 shots of fentanyl in the ambulance. That didn't even help. Eating donuts in front of you. What's up, Frank?
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Yeah, that's true, Dusty. If you get the sticker through the Pilot Institute. But I mean, like if you have a label maker, you can make your own too. I mean, label makers are pretty cheap. I
Well, I
got
got
one.
my FAA numbers on label makers on the side of the drone that I lost.
But the problem is, like I said, if the average person finds it, for all they know that's just a serial number, they might not even know what that is. And they might not want to bother trying to figure out whose drone it is. But if your phone number's on there somewhere, then they can boom, pop their cell phone out and make a quick call to you and say, "Hey, I found your drone."
And I don't know if I had a phone number sticker on it or not.
It's
Because usually I put it down underneath the battery in the battery compartment.
I think that's kind of a good practice to do, to be honest. I had my phone number and my registration numbers both on my drones, just in case. Dude, you better not eat nothing. They're gonna postpone your surgery.
David, you be a good boy. Yeah, Russell, I plugged the about 2 o'clock this morning, I plugged the controller into my computer to see if I could find any files. Nothing. What are you doing? Right back. Mia wants to go out.
Cause that's what I did. I just went and bought a label maker. Made my own labels because I got one you can get one at Walmart for like 20 bucks. I think I paid like 25 for it somewhere in there. And I put one on a set on the outside, and then I had a set on the Air 2. I had a set on the under the battery. It was like a secondary.
Hi.
Oh, no, great job. Yes, sir, I sorry, I forgot to call you, I left the Black River, but we're all sure.
Okay, that was the LNR. They're back at their secure at their dock in Sarnia. They're done ice breaking for the day.
Yeah, I heard him mention the Black River.
Yep. So he didn't go up very far.
Oh, see, that's what he did, Russell, the last time he lost the Air 2S. The first time he lost it, that's what he did. He went in and formatted it and ended up losing all the flight logs and everything.
Come on, me.
Because he found a bunch of stock pictures on the controller. I don't know if it was like from some kind of editing thing that was in there or something, but there was like some stock photos in the controller. And he was like, "These aren't mine." And he went and he was like, "Oh, format," and deleted everything. The Tiny Hawk. You're not really buying that drone for the camera though. Buying that for more for just buzzing around the park and stuff, having fun with it.
Yeah, Tiny Hawk, yeah. It's
And so
not
you're really not buying that for camera quality for sure. That's just for buzzing around having fun with.
exactly.
Matt just posted a video. Let's see here. Oh yeah, you buzzing around a playground.
Who's buzzing around the playground?
Oh, Matt, he posted a 2.5 minute video of him buzzing his tiny
Yeah.
hawk. I don't yeah, it was a Tiny Hawk 3 that he just bought recently. Oh, look like he hit the post on that. Yeah. Frank, he only has the Altel Nano, and that's not going to be big enough to pick up an Air 2S. It's a pretty small drone. That's like a Mini 2. It wouldn't be strong enough to pick that up. He would need the equivalent or bigger to even attempt that. Same time, like we said earlier, we don't even know if the drone's still there. It could have, that ice could have shifted and Mike. Well, I gotta go back and watch this real quick and figure out what the hell this whole comment shit was about. I meant to go look at that yesterday. Okay. So I'm reading the comment that Mike said the other day because I totally missed that whole situation. Now, let me find it again. Fuck. I lost it. God damn it. Where's it at? Just because I want to. Oh, where the fuck did it go? Okay. So he said, what the fuck does JD do? Which we all know hanging with JD, Mike knows who he is. Still here. He's obviously not part of the community. He's like black, while gray, still a non color. So, what I'm taking from what he meant by that was he was talking about because in the chat, if you don't have a wrench, you're gray. And when he said he's a non color, he's talking about he wasn't blue. I'm just putting it out there. Y'all maybe should talk because from what I'm reading on the comment, it's not coming off as that's what it was. I'm just saying, Jonathan, I think you might have read that wrong. Just my opinion on that. I'm not saying you're wrong, but he was talking about what color you are in the chat. But that's just what I'm taking from what I'm reading. That was just from what I was reading. What's up, Jonathan?
Can you see me, hear me?
Yeah.
Night Train, don't get it confused, homeboy. You made a racial comment. I don't do no fucking hiding. My address ain't hard to fucking find. Even a lot of people got it. Don't play with me, dude. Keep my name out your fucking mouth.
Hey. He's on the phone. What's up, Mad Props? How's it going? Yeah, Paul's on the phone. That's why he's muted. Yeah, I hadn't gone back and looked at it, so that's why I just went back to look at it.
So,
Who was that? Oh, you're muted again. Oh, never mind.
so anyway, I came back and I should have landed and quit from there. But what I did is I went out and tried to get underneath where the expressway goes up onto the bridge. There's narrow part there, the bridge. And I was headed for it and I wasn't high enough. I didn't have a spotter to watch for me. And I hit the wires and it went down on top of a whole bunch of ice that's plastered on top of each other.
Oh.
And so the strobes were going and it landed, I think, upside down because the red flashing marker lights on the legs could be seen from the shore. It's about 50 yards off of shore, but it's all shale ice, you know? So,
Can get into.
yeah, and so what my question for you was, is I have that smart controller, you know, the one that you sent back?
Yeah,
Before, when I lost my drone, I think I could just pull off video files off the smart controller, but I can't find a thing on this one. Did they reset it and it wasn't recording, or?
by default is disabled. You have to go to recording to your camera, and there is an option. As long as I remember, there is an option saying enable cache.
Okay,
Cache money, cache the data.
Okay.
CACH, enable cache. Just check marks that one.
yeah, because I
And
went,
you might have some cached recording underneath of that too.
well, I went in and looked at it all, and I didn't see any files on anything.
There was nothing.
Nothing. No,
No, it wasn't cached.
no.
But normally the system cache it. It's not showing it to you. Let me get into my controller, see if I can find how to get into it. But anyhow, under camera, there is an option say enable cache. Just enable that.
Okay, okay.
Go on the camera recordings, and you see there is an option saying enable cache.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, man, you lost your.
That's my baby. Yep.
I know.
So anyway, I'll let you go, and if you come up with any ideas, let me know.
I will.
Okay. Thanks, David.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye. So, Justin, he
What's
says
that?
probably it wasn't set to cache the video.
Okay. So you need to go into the settings at some point and probably wait till you get that Mini 3 and
Yeah.
hook it up and set that, get that turned on. Because you should be able to switch it on permanently, right?
Right.
Okay. That way you always have it running in the background just in case.
It should be. He said it should be under video settings, I think. But me, I get so mixed up just trying to go around in the damn thing, and oh well, is what it is. Well, Justin, are you going to go live here?
No, not right now, no.
Oh,
It'll be
okay. I
this
didn't know if
afternoon at some
you,
point.
you talked about doing live gaming. Okay, all right.
No, that'll be probably later this afternoon.
Because I've got the two controllers. This one I got off of one of my other drones. It's a smart controller. It's the smaller one, no antennas or anything. And then this is the one I was flying yesterday. The
Yeah,
original
that's
smart.
the older one, yeah.
Yeah. And when I fire it up, SD card installs set SD card as default storage location. Change the default location will cause the smart controller to restart.
Anybody heard from Joe? I wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen him the last 2 days.
Captain Joe, he wasn't feeling too good either. I don't know what's going on.
Message him and see how he is.
Okay, so Suppose I want to go to settings.
Find him here. How is he? Ah, there he is. What? Yeah. Add props. I sold my Air 2 with the OG smart controller. Regret not selling, or regret not keeping the smart controller. That's something you could look into, Paul, too, because you're racking up all these smart controllers. Ain't using them. Oh, damn. Joe got back to me quick. Had a little relapse. I have no voice, but I'm not running a fever. I just feel like crap. Okay, so Joe's okay at least for the most part. Yeah, he's got both of them. He's actually now that Russell's sending him that other drone, and he's going to have two of the newer smart controllers and the older one. He's only going to have one PGI drone, so he's got three smart controllers and one drone. So I said, Paul, might want to see maybe about getting rid of one of them or two of them if you're not going to be using them. You put that towards getting another Air 2S later on, like you said he wanted to do. Honestly, I'd get rid of the old controller. I'd keep one of the new ones.
I like the feel of this one with my big hands.
Yeah, I know, but those things are getting out of date really fast.
This one is a nice controller, but I don't know.
Yeah, but that old one's just aging though. Like, I don't know how much longer that thing's going to be good for.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I mean, the problem with the original smart controller is that the fucking chipset was already what, like 2 or 3 years old in it
Yeah.
before they even started selling them. So they're pretty out of date as far as the chipset goes. Frank said he had a buddy last week drop it. Or that's fucking Jody, man. It keeps messing me up. Jody said he had a buddy last week to drop his Mini 2 in the river. Yeah, he's got the Altel Nano that he could actually go look for it, but he's not gonna be able to pick the Air 2S up with that.
Yeah, I'm dying to drive over there and see if I can at least see it still on the ice.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying, Russell. Like the old controller, everything like you said is OcuSync 3 and higher, most of all the new stuff. And that older controller is just not as capable as the newer one with all the new stuff. And as old as it is, man, I would sell it while it still has some value, because at some point that thing's going to be worthless. Yeah.
Nobody but me and Dad could do them.
Mark says I still have my Air 2 as well as the Air 2S, but I don't have the original smart controller, just the RC. Works with the 2S and the Mini 3 Pro.
All stations, this is Sarnia Coast Guard Radio, Sarnia Coast Guard Radio, Sarnia Coast Guard Radio. For new navigational warning, Charlie 0157-24 for the Passion Island flight buoy. This is the continuous main broadcast to a Bravo 2 Bravo.
Oh yeah, I could imagine the RC2 being way more responsive. I mean, it's so much more newer. Like I said, if you look at the old smart controller, that chipset was already like 2, 3 years old before they even released that damn controller. So you take when the smart controller was released, technically you could add another 2 years onto that as far as the aging of the inside of the controller. You could add at least a minimum of 2 years onto that. So whenever the smart controller was released, add 2 more years on it. That's pretty much the age of it. I almost started losing my voice a few days ago, Joe. I could tell when I was talking, it was seemed like it was kind of getting there, but I didn't quite lose it.
Yeah, you can go.
Oh yeah, Jody, if you had the Inspire one, yeah, it'd be no issue picking that damn Air 2S up. Probably carry 2 or 3 of those, no problem. I'll feel better, Joe. At least you're not running a fever no more. That's a good sign. Now your body's probably just healing up. I bought stock in razor wire. What? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh shit. Took me a second, Curtis, but I get what you meant. Time about the whole Texas thing. Yeah, that whole thing going on down there is nuts.
So anyway, I'm tempted to go down there.
Yeah, Curtis, that whole situation down there in Texas right now is crazy. And 27 other governors have already signed a thing, and they're pledging to send their own National Guard and shit down there because of that. A bunch of states, 20, I think it was 27 governors have all signed like a thing saying they're back in Texas. Florida was one of them where I live at. But they're pledging they're going to start sending some National Guardsmen and all that down there. Jody bet $100 on Lions to win. If you win, you get 800. I don't know. We'll know tonight. It was oh, for sure. For sure, mad props. States feel like nobody's doing anything, so they're taking shit into their own hands doing it. Fortunately, that's
It's the way it works, right?
yeah, we're gonna have to see how that all plays out. And that's a big old thing right now because the Supreme Court ordered they take the razor wire down. Texas pretty much gave the Supreme Court a big middle finger and told them to F off. And then 20, like I said, 27 other governors signed like a petition saying that they're going to send their own National Guards and all that down there to help. So, he's playing around with the smart controller because he crashed his Air 2S Curtis into some wires yesterday, trying to catch the ice blockage on the Black River, and then the drone tumbled and landed on a sheet of ice in the middle of the river upside down. So he's just playing with the controller, trying to see if he can find video somewhere on it. But it looks like from what David and him were working on it, there's nothing to find. So
Yeah, it was not good. Was not my finer flight.
that's the thing, Jody, is that drone might not even be where Paul left it last night because that ice could have shifted by now. Plus, the icebreakers were getting up in that area. So I'm sure some of it's loosened up or moved. And then if you got more ice coming in behind it and it's jammed up, it's just it will shift around. Gets in between that ice, it's gonna freaking obliterate that drone. Be like a freaking tin can or steel toed boots. Freaking JD.
What JD say?
So rent some scuba gear and a wetsuit, Mary. You got this.
Well, the thing of it is it's ice piled on top of ice and it's all in jagged pieces. It's not sheets.
Yeah, it's as if the ice is just hitting each other. It's like a freaking iceberg out there.
It's like a whole bunch of crushed ice.
That is true, Mark. He could always go down there and just film it with his phone. But then he'd have to figure out how to get them video off of his phone, and we've tried that before.
Yeah, just put a micro SD card in here, and it came up and said not supported. What's that mean? Anybody have one of these little small smart controllers? I thought you just underneath here.
I don't have one, so I don't know. Maybe it's a specific type of SD card you have to have.
Open it up. And when I put it in, you heard the symbol, right? Remote controller, micro SD card not supported. Remote controller, Emmett, whatever.
Well, Marie, let's hope there's not just a bunch of loose kids running down by the river's edge that aren't being monitored. Get Ron to fly over at the helicopter and rappel down to it. Maybe the card you have isn't powerful enough for that controller. Maybe the right
Oh, it's
speeds on it aren't.
top of the line. Remote controller not supported. Remote controller SD card not supported.
Don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat that has one would know. Cody said if I didn't live 3 hours away, I'd try to get it for him.
You can't imagine why I was saying not supported.
Like saying possible different format.
It's a scan disk, 32 gigabyte ultra scan disk ultra.
Um, don't you have to have the extreme? I don't know.
Says aircraft album saved. What?
See what Curtis said. So USB on it, plug it into the computer, upload the flight log to air data. Well, he wasn't really trying to get the flight log. He was trying to see if there was any cache video on it, but a bunch of people have already run through it with him and went to all the different places it would be stored at, and there's nothing on it. Because he doesn't have care refresh on it as far as we know anyway, so I'm pretty sure he got it, but it's been over a year and I don't think he renewed it, so Dusty says go to profile on the bottom left, click more. It'll show you all your flight logs and hours.
It shows nothing.
It was that wasn't the controller you were flying with though, right?
No, the other one it files empty 00000.
Oh, okay. So air data will put any photos or videos off to RC.
Better jump in after your drone yesterday.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I don't know, Curtis. You're asking him to do something technical, bro. I'm still surprised he figured out how to turn the thing on. Oh, here's what you can do. Take some light. He probably would be able to do that, Jonathan. It's only that it's like probably 50, 60 yards out from the edge of the bridge. I don't know if Paul has that good of aim, to be honest with you. Even with a fishing pole. It's not like right under the bridge. It's about 50, 60 yards out from the edge of the bridge. It's pretty far distance. And that's if it hasn't moved at all, so. No, because that was the replacement. I don't know if you remember Dusty, but last year, about a year and a half ago, he lost his drone, the Air 2S, in the fog. And he got a refurbished one from DJI. As like a replacement. And so that's why I said I'm pretty sure he bought the Care Refresh on. I'm almost positive I remember him saying he did. But that was like a little over a year ago, so I don't think he ever renewed it. So this would be the second Air 2 he lost in the past 2 years, year and a half, roughly.
Sorry about that, guys.
Messenger. Yeah, so this was actually the replacement drone for his last one, so.
Well, it's all over Facebook. I didn't know that, but it's all over Facebook. About some guy went into the water trying to get the drone, and he had to be rescued.
I'll have to look.
Hold on. Did you go get your drone?
Yeah. Supposedly, he's a homeless guy that lives underneath the bridge.
And he saw the drone and went out to try to get it?
Yep,
Oh, for
that's the
fuck's sake.
story. Yeah, the ice is compacted and jumped on top of each other, so it's not like a skating rink or anything. It's more like an ice mountain, different pieces on top of pieces, and
Yeah, the Ultra doesn't do 4K. I don't think it needs the Extreme, Mark said.
yeah. See, the thing of it is I can't connect to the aircraft anymore because all the batteries are dead and everything. But I was tempted to go down there with my binoculars and just see if I could see it. But that's just tantalizing me because there's no way to get it. Cause I don't have Inspires anymore or any of that kind of stuff.
Well, it's true, Mike. Maybe he thought he could sell it. I don't know. Or just curiosity, maybe. I don't know if Paul does, Jonathan, or not. But like I said, you're casting 50, 60 yards out. I just don't know if Paul has that kind of aim with a fishing pole. That's my whole thing. Like, that's what I was saying, unless you're meaning something else. You talking to us, Paul? If you are, you're muted.
Yeah, Jonathan, my tenant has fishing poles and some fishing gear. I used to have some out in the garage. Got it tucked somewhere. I don't know where it is, but how far can you cast, Because it's
Well,
out there.
that's my whole point is where you showed the edge of the bridge if you were standing on it to where you said the drone was last seen.
Yeah.
It looked like it was around 50 to 60 yards out. That's almost a little over half a football field. That's pretty far. Not really. Not nobody we know that. Well, on here now. Closest people I think are about an hour and a half away from them. The only one I know that lives really close to Paul's Nunya. He's only like 20 minutes from Paul.
See, my truck was parked here, and that's a little bit of a incline because it's a ramp. But it must have hit these are wires going across here. I don't know what they are.
But that's where it hit.
That's where
And
it
then
hit.
you're talking
So,
about the edge of the bridge.
yeah.
And then that bridge is probably about 30 feet off the water?
Oh
How
yeah.
high is that bridge? About 30 feet up?
Normally 30, 35 feet, yep. But now with the water pressure and everything, because see, you got supports that run from here to here, supports that run here to here. So you've got actual width of the ice coming down is being jammed underneath here.
I'm almost positive that ice has shifted since then. There's no way it hasn't moved. Somewhat. I mean, worst case scenario. Is there a way to get on that bridge? No, you can't really park on the bridge, huh?
Well, no, you're not supposed to. I've got flashing lights I could put on top of the truck and park there, but the thing of it is I don't know how you would.
Oh my God. You just see Paul out there with red and blue lights on his truck. Shutting down one of the lanes on the bridge. Oh, you're only an hour away, Edward? Well, like I said, the only person I know that's like really close to him, like literally down the road, would be Nunya. He's about 20, 25 minutes from Paul. He actually goes by Paul's house quite frequently.
Was trying to look and see if these barriers are here, and they are. But see, everybody going south gets on from here onto here, and then they merge with the traffic off of the bridge here.
We're not looking at anything. You stop sharing the screen.
Oh, did I? Okay. Screen share, screen share. See, here's all the bridge traffic. Goes up here and then up there. Then the bridge traffic either goes around over here and down towards Pine Grove, or it comes like this to the here. It comes down there. So all of the anything trucks or whatever in the bridge is going to come right down here. So if I stop on the bridge, yeah, it's 2 lanes plus a stoppage lane, but
Oh yeah, yeah, I see that. This is what Mark's showing here. So you can go to your camera settings under your camera, and then you just toggle that on, and then pick how many gigs of storage you want it to be able to do up to.
Yeah, no, I.
You want it to record a max of 4, 8, 16, or 2,
what
or auto.
what did you,
What's what? There you go.
My fucking God, JD. Oh my God. Ah, I'll do multiple. Okay, so just file size per recording. Okay. Oh, where the fuck is? Hmm.
anyway, Justin, I think I'm going to call it, buddy.
Okay.
Everybody, hey, thanks for all of your well wishes. I'm gonna maybe go down and see if I can't see it. I don't know if I'm just tantalizing myself or what, but I think I
All right.
go down and see if I can spot it. So I'll see all of you guys later this evening. Bye.
All
for
right.
now.
We'll see you later.